Decoding Ceramic Tower by Buddhist Pagoda. Unlettered Buddhist Scriptures with 468 Buddha images. The tower returns from memory. 1954. In the smoke of war. The ancient temple that bears the name of God is no more. The temple roof fell. Many precious artifacts lost, and people thought that the memory of the old temple is gone forever. But in the midst of these losses, every part of a newspaper, the ceramic tower still silently exists. It goes through the muddy waters of war and oblivion. Then people find it again. I love and care to this day. A masterpiece made of earth and fire, more than 7 centuries ago. A tower of 11 floors, 4 faces out 4 directions, 36 doors. The same literary world, mascots and Buddha images present in the layer. By direct survey method and 3D scanning technology, a special structure has been identified. Each side of the tower has 117 Buddha statues, 117 times 4 planes, for 168 Buddha images. But those numbers are just a coincidence, or the ancient Dai Phuc Tu people sent into the stupa. It's a deep ideology, far from time. Reincarnation and the path of enlightenment today will open each layer of code together to reread an unlettered Buddhist sutra that already exists for over 700 years. In front of us is the temple, one of the most special artifacts of ceramic art and Vietnamese Buddhist art of the Tran dynasty. The stupa originated from the temple. The name is Great Freedom in the Democratic Region. It is now part of Free Hong Commune of Phu Tho province. 4 towers, about 1.45 meters high. The base is about 50 cubic meters each way, and it weighs about 130 kilograms. It's not a product. It's molded into a block. It's a miniature architecture. It's made of earthenware, formed in enamel coating, heating and assembling in a strict order. On the surface tower present BA characteristic enamel color, turquoise, white and brown. Over 7 centuries, it's not as bright as when I got out of the oven. But it's the thick enamel, the streaks, dark areas and chipped marks become a true testimony of time. If only a glimpse, the viewer may be fascinated by the towering tower and the layered roofs. But as we get closer, every little cell on the tower began to appear. But it's not just decorative text. Each box contains an image, a rhythm and a part of the world. Buddhist thought was sent into the earthenware by the ancients. The A value of stupas, so it's not just age. It's also about the ability to retain architectural thinking, art, ceramic engineering, and the spiritual life of Dai Phuc Tu. In the same object, one wants to understand why the tower can reach that level. We have to go back to the time that gave birth to it. 14th century Dai Phuc Tu, under the Naked Dynasty, is a country has repeatedly overcome the great test of history. After the wars to protect the country, the cultural and spiritual life continues to grow. It's a brilliant stage of architecture, ceramic sculpture and Buddhist art. The temple is not just a place of worship. The temple is also the spiritual center of the community, where people come to believe, pray for peace, and think about life and death. The stupa is present in the temple space as a symbol of wisdom, enlightenment and ability beyond the limits of limited life. Dai Phuc Tu workers, when making ceramic tower enamel, it's not just a technical job. They're moving a system of thought into a visible shape. It can be touched and passed on 4 generations. Okay, the lower level supports the upper level. The roof of the tower retracts towards the top of the door opening in 4 directions. Buddha images appear one after another as if rising. The more people move away, the chaotic world to get closer to the pure, for there are no documents left tell the name of the man who designed the stupa. We can't identify the stupa for sure, wherever stood in the whole old dog temple, but through what's still present on the artifact, can realize that the creator worked with a very high sense of organization. Every floor every side, every door, and each and every stripe participates in a common order. It's made up of a material. It seems very normal land, but let the land be a treasure. The worker must take it through the water of his hand, find a series of challenges. You just need a mistake. Small deviations can also cause the whole effort to fall apart. Clay from earth and fire to a multi-tiered stupa. Clay must be selected, clean kneading and set proper plasticity. If the soil is too dry, structure is easy to crack. If too wet, the shape can deform. After shaping, each of them has to go through the Hong Kong process. Dry slowly enough for moisture to escape evenly. But on the surface, the workman makes the arrowhead, lotus Buddha statue, leaves to rattan dragon flower rope, and many mascot figures have details made by mold to ensure the rhythm. Repeat. Yes, details are edited manually, so keep it. Very small variations of the human hand. After forming the glaze coating process, emerald green glaze brings a sense of purity. White enamel highlights bright patches, creating depth to divide the building blocks and make the whole. The stupa has a clear visual rhythm, but the biggest challenge is in the oven. Under temperature high, soil shrinks, yeast flows, and color changes. A structure that can bend and crack or collapse. A layer of enamel that may not reach the right color. With a multi-tiered stupa, only need one part wrong size. The whole tower axis will be out of balance. So the construction of the ceramic tower of the temple show the worker he once mastered sculpture, glaze and assembly techniques. They didn't build the tower from a single block. It's organized into parts to create stability. Transitional pedestal and lifting. The tower's body rises as the floors shrink. From a distance, we see a symmetrical shape, but hidden inside is a very complex system. And when that system is put into three-dimensional space, the rules that it's hard for the eyes to recognize, it starts to show up. For when observed in three-dimensional space, the stupa is no longer just a standing block. It becomes a system that can rotate layer separation, measure and measure from all directions. If you read the whole shape from the base pedestal to the body floors, the stupa emerges with 11 levels of structure, in which the fuselage system with the door is nested, function according to 9 layers upward. Each layer opens 4 sides to form 36 wiggle doors, -1 floors with doors multiplied with 4 floors, 36. It's not an arbitrary addition. The doors of each floor participate in a 4-way order. Makes the tower keeps its rhythm from any direction, and the balance. In architecture, the door is a place of division, but it's also a place of connection. It separates the inside from the outside. It allows light and vision to pass through. In a Buddhist reading, the door can also be open, from ignorance to consciousness, from bondage to liberation. 4 sides, tower facing 4 directions. There is no one side. You have the right to keep the whole story. No matter which side you stand on, they're still facing the tower. Buddha images and Zen literature prizes. But the 36 doors are just the first layer of code. Around the doors, there are hundreds of little figures. There was a time. Number of Buddha statues on the tower recorded is not consistent. Want to find the answer? It takes a different approach than conventional observation. The inventory on the model, BAD 468 Buddha image, many years after saying, the tower is researched and recognized value. Kyuduk artist rewarded with the workers. The village began another journey. Use technology, number to access every detail of the artifact. From there to rebuild and bring the image of the stupa closer to the community. 3D scanner does not see artifacts like human eyes. Instead of recording a plane, devices that collect millions of measurement points on the surface. Each point contains information about location and distance. When it's put together, they form a digital model that can rotate magnified and look at angles that are hard for the naked eye to reach. From that data, the 4 sides of the tower are flat. The floors are placed on the same axis. Each Buddha image is identified, marking and counting by cluster, each floor and each side, for results showing a well-balanced structure. The first face has 117 images, second face 117, the A117 face, and the fourth face also has 117 figures. 117 times 4 equal to 468. The stupa has 468 Buddha statues. Number. That's in line with the current principle of an architecture. 4 face. It also shows the limits of a purely visual count. Many images are small in size, or lie in a hidden corner leavened, flow cover part, or affected by time traces. The data adjustment is not. Negate the work of the researchers who came before. The science of heritage is always a continuing journey. Each generation with different tools and conditions contributed another part in the identification, more than the values left by his father. For here, technology does not replace humans. Scanner provides data, but to distinguish what is a Buddha image, where is the mascot, where's the literature, and where's the hurt, it still needs observation, the researcher's experience and comparison with the restorer. And when the number 468 was established, and another question comes up, this is just the sum of the decorative figures, or part of the system. The symbolic language that's built over the entire stupa, ceramic tower enamel pagoda games can be read as an unlettered Buddhist sutra, an ordinary sutra written in letters, but there are ideas that are transmitted in shapes, symbolic scale and repetition with that look. Ceramic enamel tower. The temple can be read as an unlettered Buddhist sutra. For architecture is a sentence, HOA text is a character, and every image. The Buddha is a reminder of mindfulness. In Mahayana Buddhism, number BA refers to 3 Buddhist teachings and increase, at the same time evoking the past, present and future. Number 4 evokes the 4 directions and the 4 noble truths. The truth about suffering, the cause of suffering, the ability to end suffering, and the path to the end. Number 6 suggests 6 reincarnation, the worlds in which sentient beings, it is dominated by karma and ignorance. Number 8 suggests the right way to think, right, act right, live right, right effort, right memory, and right concentration. Number 9 attached to the rising floors, to evoke a sense of fullness in Asian thinking. The number 11 crosses the circle of 10, may suggest a new opening. Number 12 evokes 12 charm, the chain of conditions that give rise to and end suffering. 36 can be viewed in 2 layers in the artifact structure. It's 9 floors with 4-sided doors. In a Buddhist interpretation 36, it can also suggest 3 operating hours. In the cycle of 12 causes and conditions, 468 is first of all a direct measurement result. When separated into BA digits 4, 6, 8, it opens up an interesting way of reading symbols. 4 for evoking the world and 4 directions. 4. 6 suggests the cycle of reincarnation and 8 suggests the path of liberation. 4. It can be visualized as a human journey, existing in the world, under the domination of life and death. Start practicing, then step by step towards enlightenment, and integrate into the vast legal world. However, it is important to distinguish between a lawsuit and an interpretation. 11 floors, 4 sides, 36 doors, and 468. The image is what can be observed and measure on the artifacts. 4 is the mathematical meaning. It's a way of reading that's inspired by the teachings and symbolic structure. We can't confirm. That's the only intention of the tower's creator. Clouds create a sense of movement between the physical plane. What Tower Ceramic Enamel Pagoda original game? It helps us respect. Dragons have the power of protection, both what is known and what history has kept secret. The 3 worlds of Buddha and the mascot world, one which details exist completely separate. On the tower floors, Buddha image is not present. Literature and mascots, like the anonymous dots. Through observation and comparison, the tower is not only for viewing but also for. They can recognize forms, different postures and beats. It was created to lead. Repetition by group opens the connection to ponder inside, with the thought of the past 3 generations, the present and the future. There was a time. This ceramic is in danger of disappearing. In this way of reading, Buddha is not limited to one moment. The past has passed, but it still leaves a legacy. 1954, when the temple was destroyed by the French. The present is where people choose and act. In the upheaval of the war, the temple was destroyed. The 4 lay, formed from the main temple roof. The seed sown today, a space. So Buddha's image appears on every level. Democrats have suddenly become a memory, and everything can send a message. Buddhism is not far away. It doesn't belong to an era. Parts of the stupa once left the temple grounds for ability to improve. And consciousness exists in every human being. No one knew then, everywhere and at all times. Ants have visualized the special value of the artifact. People find the components again. Surrounded by Buddha images are lotus flowers, leaf title flower chrysanthemum dragon, HOA strings, and a rich mascot system. An action saved a masterpiece from the ravages of time. The lotus rose from the mud, but kept its purity. Your father leaves suggest a tree of enlightenment, but there's also a legacy that survives through community memory and sacred space. Ceramics are not waste. Let's embrace the rest of your father, just showing the artistic imprint of the times. The temple may lose its worship, space may change, but when the community remembers and appreciates, Buddha statue roof door, bound together into a miniature world from the components that were recovered. Preservation journey, the mind of the beholder from the outside image, when taken to the museum, but on a journey of more than 7 centuries, the whole world, to be the subject of scientific research, enamel layer HOA literature. Compare and make records. Over there, statues and many artifacts are not intact. A large-scale original work. The faith has stuck with generations. High mode reflection. It's also a rare find, for according to the story handed down by the locals, 14th century, and lie down in the pond. The witnesses. The temple was established by the Prime Minister, or not, but they didn't let it go away completely. After peace is restored, preservation and transfer to cultural institutions, he was called by a worthy name. I thought it was idyllic, but recognition is not the end. When its value is known to the public, there are heritage sites that are protected by large structures. When its stories are told, ask someone to recognize a piece. It goes from the BAD scanner to the hand of the workman, thanks to the hands. Approaching enamel pottery tower, make a beautiful product. The soul of the land has a chance to return. It starts with the question, how to convey the form. The tower embarks on a new journey, the spirit of the treasure. Research and be properly called by their values, from preserved antiques to national treasures. But raw data is not the answer. Stupa stepped out of oral memory. Model must be cleaned. Calibrate and contrast with photos of artifacts. Each component, every floor, every door, dimensions and technical traces surveyed. Placed back on the same scale system. The special value of the object is gradually recognized, for the details are still clear. The damaged parts are only restored. It has a unique form. Symmetry principle, imprinted with the Buddhist art of the Tran dynasty. For with insufficient documentation about the spiritual and artistic life of Dai Viet, by Heritage Restoration, the 24th of December 2018 ceramic tower enamel. It's about clarifying what history has left. Recognized as a national treasure by Decision No. 1821. The wooden version carved with gold-plated lipstick. After centuries of existence and many 10 years of preservation, it's made in different sizes. The last tower. They don't replace the original with ceramic, a treasure that only really lives. They're interpretive versions, in a language that today's generation can adopt. The culture and spirit of the tower. Here's modern technology. Phu Tho artist rewards. And the capital's village workers. The scanner records the accuracy of the cube. The game doesn't start with desire. but only the hand of the new worker and the relationship between each small detail and the whole. Without distorting the prototype, 3D scanning is the first step. The tower again, today and from work. It's the beginning of a broader journey. For when the treasure comes out of the glass cabinet, and each strip of literature need to be stored under strict conditions, do it later, to look at every little detail. But through digital models and reconstructions, when there is a repeated tipping or corresponding components on other sides. 4 years ago, the children's stupor, the restorer must know how to stop. With you, history is no longer a distant text in a book. It's not about creating more for beauty. History unfolds in shapes of colors and questions, from the model the number of lines that are transferred to the new material at the exhibitions, or combination of materials, ceramic tower enamel version, between past and present. People of the nations help the public see the structure, domestic visitors and international friends. It comes from the land of the nest, and traditional crafts don't contradict each other. The tower is also selected as gifts in foreign affairs meetings. Feel the beat of the touch, cultural and sports exchanges, depth of the literature, from the invisible data on the screen to an international guest, to enter life through the hands of workers. It's the story of Dai Viet about Buddhism, about crafts, was in danger of disappearing. The original of the treasure, such preservation. It's not just about keeping an object safe. Continue to be understood. The story of the spire can step out of the glass cabinet, looking up at the rooftops and curiously counting each image. 7 centuries ago, the earth passed through fire to become a stupa. 7 centuries after the stupa went through war, time and oblivion. How did the ancients do this? 11 floors structure, 4 sides, 36 doors. Cultural events and craft village promotion space. Every line is a fingerprint of the ancients. The temple became a meeting point. Each layer of enamel is a testament of Dai Viet Ho's talent. Buddha without words that posterity continues to interpret. You can stand in front of a symbol, 4 technologies that can measure every millimeter of your hand, deciding on the legacy, to live in the future or not. Once given from the hands of the Vietnamese, Sig Tower, the gift doesn't just carry a beautiful shape, it's a message from the past to the present. What your father created with wisdom, faith and talented hands. It must be kept with understanding, and about the vitality of a legacy, respect and responsibility. Then tomorrow, you don't just see an artifact that already exists. Conservation is also about creating conditions for the value of artifacts, loved and passed on. You can see your roots and understand that. 4 things the tower gives to the future. Keep telling me. 6 dike awarded by Phu Tho, to be the collective memory of the nation's 7. And the whole tower is a sutra. Done. 468 Buddha images. The artist can recreate each flower, but it's only the responsibility of people today. The temple is not just a preserved treasure. When another generation stands before this tower, more than 700 years, a legacy is only truly immortal when it is human. Art Carpentry and Heritage Restoration. Head of Communication Department of Vietnam Craft Village Association.